Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we will talk about functional interface. And previous video we already saw like how to create a lambda expression, how can we use it. If you haven't watched this video, please go through this video and you will find this video under this playlist. I have created the playlist because all the upcoming videos related to Java 8 new feature you can find it here. Okay, so just go through this video once. It will help you to understand the lambda expression, all the basics on how can we create and how can we use. Okay, so now let's come back to our topic, that is functional interface. So like, what is the definition of functional interface? If someone asks you, like most of the time, like people ask in interview, like what does you mean by functional interface, then you can say like an interface which can contain only one abstract method and multiple like 1 2 3 like default or static method. We will talk later about default and static method. Okay, here just we focus about abstract method because this is a one important point. So this definition you can divide it into the two part. First, an interface which contains only one abstract method. Okay, so this is a first point, and second point, for default and static method we will talk about later when we discuss static and default methods. Okay, so right now just remember this: an interface with only one abstract method is our functional interface. Okay, let me prove this. So for proving this I just need a editor, and I already created this folder on a desktop like Java 8 YouTube. So let me create one file Java. I don't need a class, I need an interface. Okay, I will name this Jadu, and I need one abstract method, only one. Okay, remember, abstract method, return type void am1. Okay, and you can say here, okay, yeah, only one, and let me give the name test1. Yeah, if you remember in Java 7 you can create any number of abstract methods. No problem, we can create any number of abstract method here also. Let me compile this one, then we will talk in a clear picture, right? So cmd, and I will say here Java C test 1.java. No error, right? It compiled and we got a file here. Okay, now dot class file here. If I just take two methods also, two abstract method also, it will not give any error. But now it is not a functional interface. Okay, if I create this and I will say like, okay, can you please compile for me? Yeah, compiler will compile this file and it's like fine, right? We don't have anything like we don't have any compile time error. But it is, what do you think? It is our like functional interface? No, it is not like functional interface. Okay, it's just an interface. If I remove this and I say like this is my functional interface, yeah, sure, this is your functional interface. So for removing this confusion, like Java people introduced one annotation. Okay, what annotation? Let me give a like, okay, we will talk about that annotation little in 2 minutes. Okay, let me give the example of functional interface here. Okay, sorry for this call. Okay, so we will let me give the example for that. Okay, so the first example is that runnable. If you remember or if you aware about it, we use this runnable interface when we are just playing with a multi-threading, right? We have this only one run method, the child thread is responsible for run that, right? So this is an example, perfect example of interface, like functional interface. If you see here, we don't have anything like called functional functional interface, right? Okay, why it is not here? Because it is an example of Java 8 documentation. This example mentioned in Java 8 documentation. If you see here in like title, Java platform SE7, Okay, let me go to the Java 8 documentation. So if you can able to see here, functional interface, okay, add interface, functional interface. So, and what it does mean, let me tell you. I have written this like, okay, run, and okay, this functional interface annotation is present too. Just read this line once. If it visible to you, the compiler will treat any interface meeting the definition of functional interface. And what is the definition? It has to be contain only one abstract method as a functional interface, regardless whether or not a functional interface, right? Okay, and now if these people are introducing this functional interface annotation, what is the advantage of it? Okay, let me tell you what is the advantage completely for it. So for showing that advantage, I have to use it. I will say add and functional interface, right? Yeah, pretty cool. Save, and let me, can you compile for this for me, buddy? Yeah, it's compiled fine. Okay, yeah, can you try to be just use two abstract method here? Yeah, let me use. What do you think, like it will compile or not? Let's do it. If you see here, what is the error? Let me copy this and just make it a big picture. Yeah, can you see here? Jadoo is not a functional interface. Okay, first line, multiple non-overriding abstract method found in interface Jadoo. What it does mean? It gives you the compile time error. So I can use this Eclipse also, but I want to give you the clear picture of what is a functional interface and what is this annotation, functional interface annotation. Okay, that's why I'm using this editor and this CMD. So this is a, and just if you are like perfect to by reading this Java errors, then you can easily found like what is compiler trying to say. Okay, so if you can read this like Jadoo is not a functional interface and it abstract method found in interface. Okay, it is saying like we have a two abstract method. It is not allowed, buddy. You have to use only one method. Got it? Now I hope it's clear like why these people are using it. If I remove this, like, okay, let me comment this, right? Yeah, and let me remove this. It will execute completely, no problem in it. Look, it is executing, like it is compiled. Sorry, I said execute. It will compile. Okay, it will compile perfectly, no problem. The peoples are introduced, the Java people are introduced the functional interface to just tell compiler, can you check it is a functional interface, or just throw an error on a compile time only if the developer or programmer is making any mistake, right? Because this is a functional interface. And now after Java 8, as you see here, okay, for runnable, it is a for runnable, like it is a functional interface here. Okay, if you see, it is using functional interface, right? Yeah, this is a difference in Java 7 and 8. Got it? So what is the next step? So what is the next step? Is a functional interface. Okay, there are some rules in functional interface, like if interface extend functional interface and child interface doesn't contain any abstract method, we will talk about it whenever we see the examples. So let me use now the functional interface. So we will go to the Eclipse, and I have already created here one project, Java 8 for YouTube, and I will say here one class, and we will say class name is Jadoo as usual. Okay, and I will create here one interface. Okay, so as interface I will use for interface inter. Okay, yeah, and we will use public void or abstract void. It is visible, right? Or I have to increase the size. Okay, now I hope it is visible. void m1, and yeah, this is our function interface. Or let me put the annotation also. Okay, good, perfect. Now suppose this is a functional interface, okay, and we are not using lambda expression, and we have this declaration here. Before lambda expression, how you could use this? Let me this is an example without lambda expression. Okay, so without lambda expression. Okay, yeah, so okay, yeah, without lambda expression, and we will say like here, if I want to use this, so I will create another class A, okay, and we will implement this, implements and enter, and I have to override all the methods. Okay, and I will give the implementation. If you want to delete this, just say Ctrl D, it will delete. Okay, so I want to say hello m1. Okay, now this is my class. Okay, and I want to create the object of A, and it will say A, right, and I will call this method m1, right. This is a method we followed as usual, right, and we will say run as Java application. It will run, and buddy, come here. Okay, hello m1. This is a as usual method which we are using when we don't have lambda expression. Now okay, we will use a magic of lambda expression. So what we will do, we will just comment this code. Okay, after like you can find this code in description with this nodes I will attach there, so you can download from there. Okay, now we can just, we don't want to give an implementation here, we can directly use inside this main method. How? Let me tell you. Enter I equals to, and if you remember in first video how we are giving a implementation for our that particular method, like this is nothing but an implementation for our method which we are giving with the help of lambda expression, right? Hello m1. Okay, so good morning, or whatever you say, good night. Okay, anything. So now let me call that i.m1. Simple, right? If you can see here, hello m1, good night, right? So it remove completely like whole this boilerplate code which you are writing unnecessary. We are creating one class and giving the implementation for that class, right? And just you can declare a functional interface and you can use here in 2 lines, right? Pretty cool, right? And it's simple to write and pretty cool, and we don't need to write this whole unnecessary thing. How much implementation you just want to give, just give after that, right? Okay, so it's fine. Yeah, now let me take another example for it. So I will say like for addition of 2 number. Okay, addition class. Okay, so let me take one interface here to make you clear. Okay, interface enter, okay, or intra, whatever you want, name what you want to give, public abstract and void. Okay, yeah, I don't want to return anything, so I will say void some integer a comma integer b. Perfect. Okay, this is our abstract method, and this is my class, which I will say main, and inside it I will give the implementation for this method. So I will say enter I equals to, nobody give the implementation. So yeah, and what is implementation? Okay, if you want to return or don't want to return, let me do one thing. Okay, yeah, okay, why it's showing an error? Okay, let me pass here a comma b, and I will use here a plus b, yeah, and outside it we can say I dot sum and 10 comma 10. Okay, and why it's showing an error? Okay, we have already a interface in the same package name enter, so we will say intra, and here also intra. Okay, if you remember in first video why I'm not passing here this integer a comma b, like okay, parameters type integer a and integer v, and I can also remove this parenthesis from here, if you can aware about this, right? So I can say like this, perfect, because we need only one line here, so we can remove this parenthesis from here. Okay, curly braces, sorry, whatever, I don't like forget, seriously, I'm just very bad these all things like parenthesis and curly braces. Okay, so let me run this. Yeah, perfect, no need to give the implementation or no need to write a like unnecessary code. Okay, so now what rules we are talking about here, like first rule is if interface extend a functional interface and child interface does not contain any abstract method, then child interface also a functional interface. Okay, we will talk about this now. Your idea is clear, like what is a functional interface and how can we use with the lambda expression. So now we can move to the rules. So let me show you the rules here. Okay, suppose this is a functional interface and we are okay, yeah, and there is another interface here that's called a, and it extends Jadu. Okay, so if I compile this now, it will fine, it will compiled, look, compiled fine. And if I use the same annotation here, it will compile fine, perfectly fine. Okay, so if I say here, look, and if you want to create any method here at the basic rules of like inheritance, so you should, I think you aware all these rules, right? So let me compile. Look, again the same error, like it contain multiple methods. Why it contain multiple methods? Because whatever parent have, it already comes into the child, right? The child already have that, so that's why it is a throwing an error for us, right? So got it, because now this child interface, it has two methods, right? m1 and m2. If I remove this functional interface annotation, let's see the result. Yeah, perfectly fine, because we remove this. Okay, and this is a annotation for like forcefully tell the compiler like this is a functional interface. Hope you got it. And the first rule of this, and in child we can define some method, like we can't define with a no, like if we define some method, then there is no compile time error, right? Which I saw you, like which I already talk about, like we are defining anything but no need to declare this. Got it? In child interface we can define any new abstract method if we want to make it functional interface. Yeah, we know that. So like now we are just see all these rules, we are completely aware about these three rules. This is not particular rules, like don't take it like these are the rules only applicable to the functional interface. No, it might be possible like we have a more rules here, because whatever documentation I have written here in Java 8, for Java 8 I have found, like I just found some rules which are just pretty interested, which I want to tell you, so I include here. Okay, you can explore by yourself. Now you are just pretty like aware about lambda expression, you can use it, and if someone asks you an interview, you are in position to give the answer, right? No one like expecting to just read a full documentation, nothing. Okay, they will ask you what is this and how can you use this, that's all. Okay, so pretty cool, like we are done here. And yeah, we will talk about variable inside lambda expression. Okay, let me finish this also here, variable inside. Okay, so okay, for this I will just create another class here, class. Okay, don't get confused, like I am using this editor, and for example, for some example using this Eclipse I'm using because I want to just compile this program. So now the work of compilation finished, I will close this. Okay, yeah, I will close this also. Yeah, so I will create one class A. Okay, and yeah, and I will create one method, public void what is show. Yeah, and we will give the implementation for variables. Okay, we will comment this code here, and we will use the class object. So let me give this implementation in there. So how can we give implementation? Let me copy this one, that's all. Right, yeah, I copied. Now variables, integer x equals to 100, whatever. Okay, 100, and I want to use this x. Can you please remove from here? Okay, we are not using this. Let me comment this also, and I will copy this, and yeah, and I will change the name of it, M1, favorite name. Okay, so now you can say, yeah, okay, let me give completely what we are doing. Okay, system.println and x M1 without parameter. Okay, yeah, fine. Now what do you think if I say here also integer x equals to 1000, and we will say, can you please run my program? It will not print anything because we are not calling. So we will say here a equals to new a. Okay, yeah, and we will say a dot what is this, show. Yeah, now it will execute perfectly fine. So let me execute this program, Java application. If you see here, it will say like 1000. Okay, why? Because directly it will map this local variable, it will use this local variable x. If I want to use this variable outside the method, because this is a concept of like core Java. If I am using something like inside the method, or if I am using, so it will always give a preference to the local variable. Okay, so if I want to use this variable outside the method, then what will I will say this. Okay, now pretty cool. So run this program, now it will answer get changed. Okay, if I want to show you both the result, then how should I do that? Let me do that. Okay, so yeah, so I want to just duplicate. So if you want to just duplicate the line, just say Control Alt and down arrow. Okay, so these are the shortcut which you know if you want to do the development daily, otherwise it will make you irritated. I'll write the whole line again and again. So okay, now if you see here, it is 100 and 1000. Okay, pretty cool. Now the interesting fact, if I want to change the value for this local variable, because if I say directly like x equals to 999, if I want to do that, is it possible? If you see here, what's the compiler giving you error? Local variable x defined in a enclosing scope must be final. What if I mention here also, inside lambda expression we can't declare an instance variable. And second point, if you see here, sorry, third point, a local variable reference from lambda expression are implicitly final, and you know that like we can't change a value to the final, right? And whatever variables declare inside the lambda expression, it is a local variables. Okay, these are the all concept of core Java, but I want just to tell you because it is important. Okay, that's all. So now if I want to change this value, is it possible? Let me see. This x equals to 999. Yeah, let me run this program. Because why? Okay, let me do here one thing to see the value of x. Okay, but yeah, run this. We can't change the value because instance variable we can't declare, it is not changing a value. Okay, so just remove this, and now you got an idea about the variables and all. Okay, so just this is small thing about functional interface and variables and all. Now still, if you have any question, you just comment down. I will happy to answer of your question. Otherwise you will understand it clearly, then yeah, it's okay. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. See you in next